Hi guys, it's Emily. I have just finished writing a blog post here on how to use stock photos, so I thought I'd show you how I fill out my blog post with stock photos just to illustrate a little bit more about how I use them. So let's go over to Canva, which is my favorite way to make basically any kind of graphic that I want, and this is the template that I've been using, but you can go over here and see that Canva has all kinds of template suggestions for you here, and you can go through them and pick your own favorite template so you don't have to start from scratch. And I'm going to show you how to edit them the way that I would. So I have just uploaded some stock photos right here. This is the stock set that I just uploaded to Canva, and I'm going to change the last one that I made. So I'm going to go grab a graphic and drag it over, and sometimes you have to kind of wiggle it around a little bit to get the graphic just right and to fill it out completely. And it did it a second ago, but it doesn't want to do it now, so I'm just going to keep on moving it around and wiggling until I see that it is in the spot that I want. So, oh, it just did it, and oh, it's teasing me now. It's doing it, and then I move, and then it's not doing it, but hopefully it'll do it again in a second. Well, if it's giving you a hard time like it is now, you can let go of it and you can expand it. And in position, you sit all the way back. And that's another way to do it as well. But let me see if I can show you how to do it the way that yes. Oh. That was the way that I wanted to show you how to do it. So you can drag it and kind of move it around, and sometimes it's finicky and doesn't want to do it, but you can also do it the other way where you kind of drop it down and expand it to the way that you want, and then push the layer back. So all the text and boxes and things like that will still appear. So I'm going to change this a little bit to so it reflects the blog post that I'm doing now. So it's called How to Use Stock Photos for Your Business. And I'll just call this a how-to or a guide, because then it becomes a little bit repetitive, and I can make this font a little bit larger also to fill it out. And there we go. That is how I do an image that would be my blog posts later. So I'm going to do a couple more because I do it for not only the title name but also for some of the subheadings here that are larger. So I'm going to do one that says best practices for stock image use and customizing stock images. So I'm going to go back to Canva, and this button is copy page. So I'm going to copy it, and you'll see that they're exactly the same. Page 1 and 2 are exactly the same. So I'm going to try to use a different image, and hopefully, there it is. Something funny is going on. It knows I'm being recorded and it's acting funny. Okay, perfect. So we were able to drag the image in and do this a little bit easier this time. So I'm just going to change the heading to best practices for stock images. Then I'm going to do another one. This is page number 3, so I'm going to change to the image again. This one I think is a little harder because it's not a vertical shot, it's a horizontal shot, so it fills it out a little bit differently than a vertical one, but you can still use it if I can ever get it to fit. There we go. I don't know why it keeps bouncing out like that today. It's because it knows I'm being recorded. So I'm going to try it again. And this is one of my favorite things. I double click the image and I'm just going to move it around to center it a little bit better. And I want to see more of the writing in the hands, not in this box area. So what I'm going to do is double click it again and I'm going to enlarge the photo. You can't always do this super perfectly, but sometimes you can move it up and it'll hit the spot that you want a little bit better. So that looks a little bit better to me. And then I'm going to change the name here. Customizing stock photos. So really quickly, I just made 3 different graphics for my blog post, and I can change this white to be black just so it pops a little bit more in the image. And I could change this also, but I think black text on the black background would be hard to read, so I'm just going to leave this white. And that was how to use some of the stock photos with some stock images with no other editing.